Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 6-2. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, this Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, this Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham. I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side. Join me on camera. I actually already have a guest, but usually I do invite you to join me on camera to promote yourself, your business, say hello, etc. So let's get started with the word page. That is the government and nonprofit information page. Let's see, there's some really great programs and services being offered by local nonprofits, the city of Durham, and also Durham County. I want you to look at the different programs that the city and the county have in particular, like the toilet rebate program, where you can effectively buy a new toilet for your house. If you have an old house, you might know that it can take up to 6 gallons for each flush if you have an old house, old toilet. Now, I have a relatively newer house, and my toilet only takes 1.5 gallons to flush. So I'm saving a lot on my water bill. If you want to do the same, you can go into, just go to the word page, check out the toilet rebate program listed under the city. And if you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, most efficient new toilets are $100. And that's the amount that the city, will put on your water bill. So essentially, you're getting a new toilet. You can look at YouTube, learn how to put it in yourself. But if you do have a plumber to install it, then that cost is, you can't get credit for that cost. But again, they can put $100 on your water bill. So look into that. Okay, also, let's see. The Durham County Libraries are all open until 6. They reopen tomorrow at 9:30. And of course, Bragtown is not open on the weekend. Let's go to the health page, to your health. I do have your COVID updates. There's not too many. Well, there are some updates. You can read about them. But what I really wanted to point out is that the Pfizer COVID-19 booster vaccines are now available for little ones ages 6 months through 4 years old. So you can go to the Durham County Department of Public Health, 414 East Main Street. Just note that the parking lot is not available. So be sure to, drive around, find someplace close to park. But here's the thing. The clinic is open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 until 4:30. They close for 1 hour for lunch, of course. So you don't have to make an appointment. You just stroll in with your child, or if you just want the vaccine, no problem. And you can get that, again, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, now I have a very special guest, Dr. Angelo Moore. We'll be talking about this. I'll just mention it real quick. So this annual men's health event happens twice, on a Saturday and on a Sunday. So tomorrow from 8 until noon, there's going to be a Duke Men's Health screening at the Lincoln Community Health Center on Fayetteville Street. And then the next day on Sunday from noon until 4, same thing at the Duke Primary Care, Croasdaile. We'll talk about the details in just a few minutes. Also on the health page, let's see. Oh, Blood Connection. They're having a blood drive. Let me scroll down to that. Blood Connection, they are tomorrow they will be at the Grace Church of Durham on Coal Mill Road. That's going to be tomorrow from 10 until 3, and I will remind you about that during tomorrow's show. Now, HELP is also open today. HELP is only open 2 days a week, Tuesdays 10 to 2, Fridays 1 to 5. So HELP is the Health Equipment Loan Program. It's run by Durham County. This is where you can donate, or you can borrow items. You can borrow for up to 3 months at a time. Items, for example, wheelchairs, walkers, bedside commodes, canes, knee scooters, those pickup sticks, tub transfer benches. So if you have someone elderly in your family, just got out of the hospital, or someone with a disability, whatever, you can go ahead, give them a call. They are at 4206 North Roxborough Street, Suite 100. And if you need one of these items, again, you can borrow them for 3 months at a time. You can give them a call and say, ooh, I need it for a little longer, and they'll say no problem. So check them out. A big shout out to Amy and her crew. Got a little video explaining how they work right there on the health page. Okay, let's go to the Let's Go page, the last page that we will be visiting today. There's lots more pages, but I'm going to invite you to check them out when you have time, at your convenience. Let's scroll down to 2. Let's see. Today is the 2nd, right? Whoa, I went past it. Wait a minute. There's so much happening. Oh my goodness. There we are. Okay. New Visions of Africa restaurant. They do this every weekday. They give away food. They give away meals, prepared meals from 3 until 6. Don't be embarrassed if you are in need and you're hungry to stop by. If you're driving, go around, park in the W.D. Hill parking lot. If you're on the bus, it's the 5 or the 5K bus. Again, that's from 3 until 6. You can enjoy the beautiful meal right there on their picnic tables, or you can just go ahead and take it home and enjoy it at your crib. Okay, log off jam on us this evening from 5 until 8, led by Steven Munoz. He leads this musical event. He's great. I've heard him. I've seen him on Facebook. He does like R&B and other great music, acoustic musician and singer. You can join him if you like at the open air space. Boxyard RTP is at 900 Park Offices Drive. This is a free event. Of course, it's almost dinner time by that time. It'll be again from 5 until 8. And there's plenty of places where you can buy food and beverages. Okay, now Duke University's Pratt School of Engineering, they're hosting TechStars Startup Weekend, Focus Health and Wellness. That's going to be at Knox Street Studios, starts tonight at 6 and goes all the way through Sunday. And this is where people who are dreaming of becoming an entrepreneur in the health field, you can go ahead and learn all about that. They're going to have food. They're going to have breath work and meditation, a kickback event on Saturday night, and all kinds of great stuff. They're going to have a pitch competition on Sunday. So the ticket prices, you pay $20, you get a t-shirt. If you pay $40, you get a t-shirt and a water bottle. There you go. Or you can choose to donate whatever you can afford. So that's going to be today. Go ahead and register real quick, see if you can slip in. Knox Street Studios, that's 1307 West Knox Street. Okay, now if you love music, Durham Central Park, they're doing it again. Their playlist concerts series continues tonight. Raíces, rutas y ritmos. That means roots, or roots, routes, and rhythms. So we're talking Latin music tonight. It's going to be really great in Durham Central Park, 501 Foster Street, starting at 6:30, from 6:30 until 10. A whole evening of great music featuring Trio Huasteco, Ancestor Piratas, Latin Beats, and Wesley Nog. Now, WNCU 90.7 FM, they're going to start it off with a simulcast featuring DJ Travis, and then the free concert is after that. This event, I like to give people credit. So this event is made possible, and it's free, by the way. The Duke Office of Durham and Community Affairs, Romance Studies, the Spanish Language Program, the Duke Center for Latin American and Caribbean Studies, and Artist Studio Project Publishing, LLC. Oh, might I also remind you, bring your lawn chair and or your blanket. Now, the ground is probably still wet because it rained yesterday, so try to get one of those tarps from Dollar Tree and then put your blanket on top. And you know, where there's people downtown, there's food trucks, so don't be broke. Have a couple of dollars, because if you have your kids with you, they're going to get hungry as soon as they see the food trucks. There you go. Now, you know, Bembe is tomorrow, but tonight, the Bembe Teen Pool Party, that's going to be this evening at the IR Home Senior, also known as the Campus Hills Recreation Center. They've got a beautiful pool, 2000 South Alston Avenue, from 7 until 10. This is for teens, 13 to 18, totally free, and they're going to have a great time. Studio 5, they used to be known as Lindy Lab. They're going to have Dance Blues Friday at their new spot, which is the Triangle Dance Studios, 2603 South Miami Boulevard. That's going to be this evening, 8:30 until 11:30. So they're going to have a beginner's class starting it out at 8:30, and then open social dancing after that. Now, there's an admission fee of $10, and you can get money off if you volunteer. You can either get $5 off if you volunteer for a half hour, or you get in free if you volunteer for a full hour. So you know what to do. Celebrate African heritage and Afrofuturism at Jam Bay Nights this evening at Gojo by Gursha from 10 until 2. If you'd like to stay out late, there you go. Ladies are admitted free until 11. Otherwise, admission is $10. Now, I'm just going to run through real quick, real fast, what's happening tomorrow morning. The Aggie Fit Walk, 8 o'clock on the American Tobacco Trail near the streets at South Point Theater. Let's see, the aforementioned Duke Men's Health Screening. We'll hold off on that one. Durham Farmers Market in Durham Central Park, 8 until noon. Durham Craft Market, 8 until noon, also in Durham Central Park. South Durham Farmers Market, 8 until noon, south on Highway 55 in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center. Old North State Jam has their first Saturday open jam starting at 10. My show starts at 10 tomorrow, so the other events I will mention tomorrow. I will give you a sneak preview of the fact that the National Museum is going to have a super special event with Ninth Wonder. Okay, so that's going to be tomorrow noon until 4. And then Book Harvest is going to have Donuts with Dads. Bim Bays tomorrow, starting at 1 to 7. That's all the teasing I'm going to give you there for tomorrow's events. Now let's look at the weather and then bring on our very special guest. So it is 78 degrees right now. Summer is almost here. I love it. It's partly sunny. It's going to be sunny all afternoon, starting at around 1-ish, and it's going all the way up to 84. Tomorrow, even better, 87 degrees, sunny all day. And let me just take a quick peek at Sunday, because I think it's going to be a little cooler Sunday. At 76, that's okay. I mean, that's fine. Anyway, we are going to bring on Dr. Angelo Moore, and we're going to talk about men's health screenings, how important they are. So let's bring him on. Dr. Moore, how are you?
Excellent. How you doing?
I'm
Thank
doing
you for
just fine.
inviting me.
I am so glad that you could, take some time off to do this. I really appreciate it. I know you're super busy.
You're welcome.
Oh, tell us who you are in terms of your job title.
Yes, my name is Dr. Angelo Moore. I'm the Assistant Director for Community Outreach, Engagement, and Equity at Duke Cancer Institute. And so I spend a lot of time in the community trying to educate people on what are the recommended cancer screenings, and as well as try to help people get access to care to get those screenings done.
Nice. And I'm glad you said that, because this weekend is going to be huge. Tomorrow there's going to be a health screening at 8, and then Sunday starting at noon. So tell us about those, if you don't mind.
Yes. Like you said, tomorrow you already talked about it being great weather. So we want you to come out, at Lincoln Community Health Center from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. So as long as you come in between those hours, we will see you. During this particular event, there will be multiple screenings that will be going on. We'll be screening for blood pressure or hypertension. We'll be screening for colorectal cancer, prostate cancer, diabetes screening, and these are the things that impact, especially the African American community. We'll have someone that's talk to you about tobacco cessation or vape sensation. A lot of people are doing vape. We'll have someone that'll be doing skin cancer screening. A nutritionist will be there. So it's a plethora of screenings that you can be a part of. You can pick and choose which ones you want. It'll be education there as well. Help get you linked to care. And so it's a great opportunity to come in, get these free screenings. We don't ask for any health insurance information, and it's over $1,000 worth of free screenings. We make it free for the community. This is some of the things that Duke do to show, our community that we care about the health of the community, not just the patients who walk through the door. So you don't have to be a Duke patient. You don't have to be from Durham County. You could be from any surrounding county. As long as you can get there, we will see you.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. So I know everybody knows this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Lincoln Community Health Center is at 1301 Fayetteville Street. They're served by the 5, but let's see, with tomorrow being Saturday, I guess the 5K won't be running, but the 5 will be running for sure. And I know on Sunday, they're going to offer the same types of screenings, but this time it's going to be at the Duke Primary Care Croasdaile, which is 1821 Hillendale Road, Suite 24B. And that's going to be from noon until 4.
Yes.
So I guess whichever side of town you live on, right? will
Yeah, I mean,
determine.
in close
Yeah.
proximity, both of them on the bus line. You know,
Hmm.
if you work on Saturday, you can come on Sunday. And yes, we
Right,
want you to
right,
go to
right.
church, but it's after church.
Hmm.
Church should be over about 12 or 1 o'clock. And so
Hmm.
after church, come on over.
Nice. I want you to really bring it home in terms of. I mean, I was telling you when we were doing our little test run. My dad took such good care of us and my mom, but he didn't look after his own health, and that frustrated me, especially later in his life.
Right.
That really frustrated me. So could you just speak on that just a bit, on the importance of men not thinking that it's weakness to look after their own health?
Absolutely. We're taught, there's a different of how people raise an expectation of boys and girls. If you look at, even at a young age, you riding the bike, the girl falls off the bike, what's going to happen? Everybody going to run to her. Oh, they're crying. They give you some tissue. They're going to hold you, cuddle you, and all of that. If it's a boy that falls off, right? It's going to be, oh, you're not bleeding, nothing broke. Okay, get up, move on. And so we taught to be tough,
Hmm.
and to have pride, and a lot of men consider coming for healthcare is coming for help. So it can be a
Hmm.
challenge. And also you have to look at the experiences, the difference in experiences of the healthcare system that men have than women.
Oh.
Women 18, 19, you become sexually active, you go get your yearly well woman exams, your pap smear, you get pregnant, you go see the OB doctor, and you have your baby, and then you take your baby to the pediatrician, and it goes on and on. For
Hmm.
men, unless you play in sports at the age of 21, there's no one telling you to come and get a physical. Then all of a
For
sudden,
real.
40, 45 years old, and somebody wants you to go to a healthcare facility that you don't feel comfortable, and you're not going to go. You're going to wait till things are really bad, and we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we have regular care, routine physical. We want to identify things before you start having problems, and that's the difference between screening. When you screen for
Hmm.
something, you're looking for something, some signals of something that may be abnormal, and you feel
Hmm.
totally fine you know
Wow.
so that is the
Wow.
time to intervene and stop it from progressing further. Unfortunately, because we wait so long until we have problems, we end up going like to the emergency room, because
Yeah,
it's been so bad.
exactly.
And in the emergency
Exactly.
room, they're going to give you they're going to assess you, they're going to stabilize you. If you can't be stabilized, they're going to admit you into the hospital. If you can be stabilized, they're going to say, okay, go and see your primary care provider. Now, they're not going to make sure you have one, but they're going to give you some advice. And so,
Mhm.
in care in the emergency room is very expensive, and so we don't want people to
Well,
go,
shoot, the ambulance ride is expensive.
oh, yes,
That can
absolutely,
set you back with $5, $6,
or
$700.
more.
Just the
Exactly.
and and they were trying to tell low income folks, please stop using the, because very often I guess if you're on Medicaid, you don't have to pay, and they said please don't use the ambulance as your taxi ride to
To the
to the
emergency
doctor,
room.
so to
Yeah, yeah,
speak. You know,
absolutely.
and I was reading about breast cancer because someone in my family had breast cancer, and I was and she almost waited till the very last minute. She knew something was wrong,
Right.
but she was afraid. So it's not necessarily a lack of education because she's college educated. It's
Hmm.
not that. I think it's, well, it might be partly that for some people, but I mean also fear. I
Absolutely.
was reading how a lot of people, especially people who have ready access to healthcare, they catch breast cancer really early, and it's they catch it early. They'll feel a lump or whatever, and they're running to the doctor.
Right.
Whereas other folks, I'm not trying to get racial, but other folks either wait to the last minute, or they're afraid, or
Hmm.
they don't know the symptoms, and then you go to the doctor and you're already stage 3.
Right.
I met someone who introduced herself to me, and she said, "Yeah, I just want you to know I have stage 4 cancer." I said, "Oh." She said, "You know what that means?" I said, "No." She says, "That means I'm going to die." Whoa. Wow. I mean, to carry that around, I mean, I'd much rather catch it early, wouldn't you?
Right. Yes, and this is what I tell people. First thing is it's important to be educated about things,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a healthcare system that is has not always treated, especially the African American community, with trust, when we feel comfortable. And so we're a
Mm-hmm.
little bit hesitant anyway, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you educate yourself, a lot of people don't know when they should start screening for certain things. Like you talk about breast
Oh
cancer,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
so African American women, they should start screening at age 40. We've been saying this for a
Okay.
while, but
Mm-hmm.
if you go to a provider and they don't recommend it to you, or they don't bring it up in conversation, you need to bring it up in conversation. So if you know
Hmm.
when you should start
Okay.
screening, you're educated, now you are able to advocate for yourself. You can't
Hmm.
advocate without any knowledge. But I tell people, when you screen things, you find something early. So when you
Yeah.
find something like
Yeah.
cancer early, you
Mm-hmm.
have more options, you have less harsh treatment,
Yes.
you have less expensive care, and you have
Mm-hmm.
better outcomes. When you wait until you have the later stages, you have less options available to you for treatment. The the cost is very, very expensive. And
And
you
the
have,
surgery is really invasive. It's
right,
really
is exactly,
intense. Intense.
and very harsh. And then
Mm-hmm.
you have poorer outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to stay ahead of things, and that's why
Definitely.
we do this screening, because we know individuals may not have health insurance.
Right.
And health insurance is not the same thing as access to care, because you can
Mm-hmm.
have health insurance and not be able to get in and get the care that you need. I've met plenty of people
Why?
that,
Why would that? Why would that be?
some of it is not knowing how your health insurance worked, not knowing what
Oh.
should be screened as preventative and you don't have to pay for it. you know,
Oh.
Knowing how the healthcare system works, how to make appointments. So in
Mm-hmm.
like the fear, people don't have the time, they put
Mm-hmm.
other things as a
They
priority.
find time to put their car in the shop when they hear something that they feel might be wrong.
Right. And then
Yeah.
also we have to understand culture.
Oh,
There's some cultures don't want individuals to feel like, they don't want to feel like they're a burden to their family. And a lot of times
I
we
should
won't
never
talk about
feel
our
that
health.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
shouldn't
times
feel that way. Yeah,
they
a lot of
shouldn't.
older people are like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they shouldn't feel that way.
Younger people too, because they learn it from the older people in their family.
Oh,
A
oh
lot of
shoot.
things, a lot of behaviors are learned from the family members, you know.
Wow.
And so we have to be able to talk about those things. We need to talk about the health issues that we have, so our family members know to understand that they may be at risk for those same things, so they can
Hmm.
actually implement some things to help decrease or prevent it.
Okay. Now, I knew a veterinarian back home in Chicago, and she had a chart when you should bring in your pet for the parvovirus and all these different, at
Mhm.
4 months this and at 6 months
Right.
that. Is there such a chart for humans?
Yes.
Women, breast checks at 40.
Yes, we have, um, for breast cancer screening, they've been doing age 45 for quite a long time. They just
Hmm.
recommended that they start at age 40, because a lot of,
Okay.
especially African American women, have been
Hmm.
diagnosed with breast cancer much earlier. So even before they even get to the age where they start screening. But yes,
Yeah.
we do have
Yeah.
a document that have the recommended cancer screenings from the American Cancer Society, and we have
Oh,
it based on your age and your gender, which cancer screenings you should have and at what age you should start having them. So
if
that is
I
one
can get
powerful tool.
if I can get a hold of this chart, would I have your permission, or do I have to get permission from someone to post it in the Durham Skywriter on the health
No,
page?
not a problem. I'll send it to you. And what I have is a document. Is 2 pages. On one side, it talks
Okay.
about my office and the free patient navigation services that we offer.
Ooh.
And on the other side of it has the American Cancer Society recommendations for when you should get screened. So I'll send that document to you, and you're more than happy to share it with your audience.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to be over at Duke on Monday. I'm having a little procedure. It's called UFE, uterine fibroid embolization.
Mm-hmm.
Has to do with getting rid of my, well, not getting rid of, but
Fibroids.
dealing with my fibroid
Right.
tumors. So I probably won't be doing a show Monday and or Tuesday. But yeah,
Wish you
so
well on your procedure. You have a speedy
thank you.
recovery.
It's going to be interesting. I'm glad to finally be able to deal with them. And that's the frustrating thing about healthcare. And I bet it's why a lot of people don't look after their own health. And in fact, I haven't either because I couldn't afford to. I've always had a very, let's just say, modest
Mm-hmm.
paying job. Of course, I've been here for 20 years. I've been living more or less when my aunt was alive. I came here to be a caregiver. Um, it's hard. Now I'm able to handle my own health care because I'm on Social Security. And
Right.
a lot of people don't make it I'm 67. A lot of people don't make it. They can't hold on long enough to take
Right.
care of their health care. It's really frustrating that we have to pay so much just to stay alive when other countries it's pretty much taken care of by the government. But
Right.
I don't want to go off on tangents. I just want to
But
I
what
just
I'll put this plug in here. That's why it's important to be involved in politics and policy in the local as well as the state um, uh, representatives that represent us. You want to make sure that you vote and vote those individuals that care about things like health and the affordability of the health
Mhm.
care. So all those things are important. You can't complain about something if you're not in the game and being an active participant in it.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So I just really want the men. Oh, any age restrictions for tomorrow and Sunday's men's health screenings? Is this 18 and up, 16
Yeah,
and up?
is 18 and up. I mean,
Okay.
when I say 18 and up, the younger age, we have like HIV and hepatitis C screening as well as
Good.
hypertension. So as long as they're 18 and
Mhm.
older, they can come. But most our target population are men between the ages of older than 35 and older because we know that
Okay.
that's when those screenings really start. We know at a
Mhm.
young age, probably not an issue,
Oh,
but
okay.
the older age, starting at age 35, where you really need to start taking care of yourself. And when we
Mhm.
start the screenings, is good to learn about age 35 because a lot of them start at 40, especially for African American men and prostate cancer. So every
Mm.
African American man should get prostate cancer screening, initial one baseline at age 40.
Okay. I've actually asked a couple of gentlemen about prostate cancer screenings, and they said they don't like them because they hurt. And I'm like, that's not a good enough reason to avoid it, because mammograms hurt too. But
As well as one woman exams,
you have to be a
you know, and it's only
yeah
for a short period of time. But this
yeah.
this couple of seconds of
Mhm.
discomfort can save
It's
your
worth it.
life.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
just take a deep breath and just deal with it. We're all
Yeah.
grown.
And and even if you feel uncomfortable about it, there's
Hmm.
also, a blood test that we do. So even if you feel uncomfortable, there's at least a blood test that you can do to screen
Oh,
for it.
I
We
didn't know
want both
that.
of them together, but if you're just totally, I don't
Yeah,
want to have that type of exam, at
sure.
least do the blood test.
Okay, that sounds good. And that will be offered as well tomorrow
Yes,
and Sunday.
absolutely. Tomorrow and Sunday.
Okay, good to know. Well, Dr. Moore, thank you so much for taking some valuable time out of your day to come speak with us at Bull City Hangout. And I invite you, since you're, in there with the outreach and whatnot, put the Durham Skywriter on your media list, and I'd love to hear from you again.
Absolutely. And thank you for inviting us.
Sure. And whenever you want to come on the show, just drop by. It's very casual.
Okay.
You don't have to make an appointment. You can just say, hmm, I'd like to talk about this or that today. Let me just go on the show today and just come on.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the open invitation.
Thanks again. Have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you. You too. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Okay. Bye. That was awesome. That was super, super awesome. Thank you, Dr. Moore. And with that, that is today's show. Now, if Saturday's a busy day, so if you missed the show, then I did mention it before. Monday and Tuesday, I will probably not be doing Bull City Hangout because of I'll be over there at Duke having my medical procedure being done. I'm looking forward to it, a little scared. I've been watching some YouTube videos, which I probably should not have done, but I at least know what I'm in for. So with that, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.